Hello everyone, welcome to the first part of the AS level economics course by 929 Archives. Here we will be focusing on the first chapter, which is research methods. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of the bat, we have all of the various things underneath in this chapter. We have experiments, self-reports, case studies, so on and so forth. I will only be going over the type of experiments and self-reports in this video, so hopefully that's helpful to you. The rest of the PPT will be purchasable along with the rest of the stuff that I sell in my Patreon in the description below. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So, firstly, an independent variable. An independent variable is a variable that is manipulated by the researcher to check its effect on the dependent variable, and the dependent variable is a variable that is being measured by the researcher. Essentially, very simple, you manipulate the independent variable, and the dependent variable is what you measure. Furthermore, let's go on. Now, research methods. There are four main research methods: laboratory experiment, field experiment, and a natural experiment. A laboratory experiment takes place in an unnatural and controlled environment where the IV is manipulated directly. The field experiment takes place in natural settings and the IV is manipulated. The natural experiment takes place in natural settings where the IV is not directly manipulated, and the quasi experiment is where the researcher has a lot of control over the procedure but not over the allocation of participants. Over here, we see the descriptions of the further types of the things in more detail. So, if you want to get access to that, I would recommend going to my Patreon and clicking the description of it in that's posted in the comments below. There's also the experiment designs. There are only three of these. You don't really need to know that much about them. Well, I guess you do for AS level psychology because it's very useful in a lot of your theory based questions. So make sure that you learn that thoroughly. The further notes of that are described in this PPT are purchasable in my Patreon that are described in the link of the description below. So I strongly encourage you to try that because it's only $1.